Yeah, hello everybody. Me and Pallavi are back on our Monday weekly chat show, Power Circuit. We are going to discuss the usual election season as we promised because these Power Circuit chats now will be mostly focused on elections. So I am just back from West UP after a week spent in Mathura, Aligarh, Agra,
And the monkey?
and Hathras.
You have
Yes,
to mention the monkey story which he went through.
yeah, we'll come to the monkey story also. And next in the coming week, from tomorrow onwards, me and Pallavi are both going to be in Punjab. So a lot of Punjabi flavor in the we'll capture in the next 1 week. And Pallavi, do you know Punjabi?
Yeah, I understand Punjabi.
Okay,
So
okay.
don't
So
even try and say anything to me in
okay.
Punjabi if you
So
think I don't understand.
so Punjabi, yes, Punjabi is very important to know and to speak and to understand if you're covering Punjab. And I think Punjab जान वाला नु सारा नु एक refresher course मिलना चाहिए है Punjabi
No,
before
from
they
which
go.
team?
So she
It's very
understands
nice
everything.
of her
That is
to
very
know.
good. Okay, okay, great. So
So
we'll do a
now the big question is, will Channi become the CM face? You know, isn't it interesting, Aman? Yesterday I was in office and
hmm,
suddenly out popped his name from a second
yeah,
seat. And obviously the calculation is that he makes an intrusion into the Malwa area. One, that's what I was told by the Congress party.
hmm,
And of course the fact that he's also contesting from Sangrur, which is a Lok Sabha constituency of the AAP CM face. So clearly it's not only about playing safe, it's also at least daring them on and also perhaps sending on a message to rest of the Congress people, though they're trying to do a referendum through the Shakti app, that he possibly could be the CM face. We are expecting some clarity, hopefully by this
hmm.
week, when both you and I will be in Punjab.
I think so, same as you. I think Channi will be the CM face for Congress. There is not much of a choice there. I don't think they can go with Sidhu now at this stage after making a Dalit as the CM, and
Yes.
especially he's contesting two seats now. That is a very clear message. Also, Pallavi, I think Channi is also an X factor for them. There is no great hate or anger against Channi amongst the people. He's a
Correct.
more likable person, a more वो कहीं
He
भी बैठ
doesn't
के
carry that kind of a baggage
yeah,
also.
वो कहीं बैठ के खाना खा लेते हैं, कहीं बैठ के चाय पी लेते हैं. He's like a commoner. He's has this amenable kind of a image about him. So that I think serves the Congress well in Punjab. Sidhu is, as we know, is a very temperamental, maverick politician. He will say things if he doesn't like it. Channi is seen as more diplomatic. More I think down the alley of what the
And
Gandhis
there's more
like.
gravitas also in him,
Yeah,
the way he's handling the things.
maybe he can be controlled also
Yeah.
more. From he'll be more in the party line, more
And
disciplined
you're
and all
right
that.
on this point because Congress loves chief ministers they would want to control. That's the
Yeah,
biggest problem we really had with the captain.
yeah,
He was too much his own person.
yeah.
To
So
have to fall in line, and I think Channi would be easily falling in line. But Sidhu, one never really knows.
yeah, exactly. So I think Channi is their best bet. I think the Congress, if it is coming back to power, I think Chiranjit Channi is their best bet, and they are expected to bet on him for as the CM face because he throws up. And on the other side, when you have people like Aap putting out Bhagwant Mann, Congress can easily say, look, we are putting a very decent face in front of you. He's not an alcoholic. He's not he's not somebody whose credentials or image is under doubt. So I think Congress would be, I hope soon announcing him as Rahul Gandhi has promised within 7 to 10 days. He said, but also I think Punjab, Pallavi, if we see, is very interesting. Is that Punjab is a land of dares. So we have seen politicians going to big seats and contest. It is unlike UP, where everybody wants to
Okay.
contest from a safe seat. In a way. So be it the
So that's
CM
how
or be it
Punjabis
Akhilesh
are
Yadav.
supposed to be like.
Yeah, so it's like it's like the land. Sukhbir Badal saying, "मैं मजीठिया नु भेज रहा हूँ,
Yeah.
फिर जाके जमानत जब्त करा देगा सिद्धू दी." It's like that. And I remember Bhagwant Mann went to Jalalabad to fight against Sukhbir Singh Badal,
Sukhbir
and
Badal.
though he lost, and Arun Jaitley and captain's contest we remember from Amritsar. So Punjab always becomes far more interesting contest than any other state, and I firmly believe Punjab will be a far more closer election than UP.
And there's going to be a twist and turn and
Yeah.
everything. So, so that's Congress taken care of. But today there has been a flurry of nomination papers which have been filed. Captain has done it in Patiala. And we, of course, have Charanjit Singh Channi from Bador, which was his constituency. And Prakash Singh Badal, 74-year-old?
94-year-old.
94-year-old, sorry, 94-year-old,
Yeah.
abhi to hum jawan hai, and in politics, you're always young as
And he's
long as...
doing door-to-door
Yeah,
campaigning.
he's doing door-to-door campaigning, amazing. And the feedback we've been getting certainly is that, and we'll come to know more because you're traveling to Bhatinda and Lambi and all those areas, is that, the Akalis may manage to keep a grip on the traditional constituency. That would be, but even in the worst case scenario, last time round, the Akalis managed to have that grip on their constituency.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so talking about Punjab, we are shifting now to UP because an interesting development took place just before we were supposed to go on air. Is that the BJP has put up Bagel opposite
Akhilesh
Akhilesh
Yadav
Yadav. Why?
in Karhal.
Why calculation?
So he's the Etava MP, Bagel. That is, I think, BJP's best chance. Even if Bagel loses, he remains an MP. So, and Etava is right next to the seat of Karhal in Mainpuri. So that is the BJP. See, Karhal, I went to Karhal. It's a Yadav dominated. It's an age old seat of Mulayam Singh Yadav, and Mulayam Singh Yadav is a Mainpuri MP. So Karhal is like a complete stronghold. I think very remote chance that Akhilesh can lose from Karhal. BJP will definitely put up a fight. That is all. Even when I went, BJP leaders were telling me that we'll put up a strong fight and a strong candidate, which is what the BJP does. It doesn't want to give anybody a walkover. But Karhal is a strong seat for the family of the Yadav family, and obviously they have a lot of Mulayam Singh Yadav has studied there. He has taught there in Karhal for like almost 2 decades.
You went to his school
Yeah, we
also.
went to his school, and everybody still gushes about it. And now Netaji used to be here. People gush about him. People remember him. So in a way, Akhilesh Yadav has chosen a safe seat. So as the chief minister from
But
Gorakhpur.
it's very interesting. I haven't seen Mulayam Yadav in public
Yeah.
much. I thought, okay, maybe he's going to step out in those areas where the Congress, Yadav is not that strong. But it'll be interesting optics. I mean, he's stepping out, and the craze you're talking about, the
Yeah, but he's
traditional
not in the best
voting.
of health,
Yeah,
Pallavi.
he's not in the
Even in
best of health.
2017, I remember he only did a couple of three
Yeah, but
rallies.
even two
Yeah.
public appearances could be good enough
Yeah, he
for
did one
vote
for a
now.
Parna Yadav, I remember, in Lucknow.
So
Mulayam
see
Singh
the
Yadav
irony
went
of it.
in.
So, it'd be interesting to see whether he actually steps out, even if he doesn't set up, a video kind of or a virtual kind of addressing the party workers. That
Yeah,
would
I
also
think
be
they would they
interesting.
would be they would be attempting that. I'm sure, because now it's all virtual, and PM also gave a virtual address today, and
Yeah, short
PM has
while back.
started off on the whole thing. So virtual is the way to be, and so far SPRLD and mainly doing press conferences to get their message through the media, and it's less of door to door what the BJP. But there's a very interesting strategy here, difference in the digital strategies of both the parties. So if you see BJP doing these small sammelans, which they
Mm.
call like Prabhavi Matdata sammelans of 500 people, wherever Amit Shah or Mr. Nadda or everybody is going. While the SPRLD so far is focusing on press conferences and maybe some smaller
I don't
meetings.
know. Is that the right way to approach it? I mean, a press conference is a press conference. I mean, I haven't seen Akhilesh Yadav yet do a door-to-door. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is doing it in
Hmm.
Noida and not much of a crowd there, but still, at least she's going out and doing it. You
Yeah.
have to send out a message कि देखो मैं field में हूँ सिर्फ व्रत से. I don't know. I'm really
See,
surprised
I think
by.
I think Pallavi, the thing is, the Samajwadi Party always is like a party which always works on a large cadre kind of a feeling,
Yeah,
So
but
they
times
don't
have
really.
changed.
Times have changed. The digital. That is why I think Akhilesh Yadav said that the digital campaign doesn't really work in their favor, because he's used to bigger rallies. We saw his road shows, huge crowds coming for them. So he's a mass kind of crowd, kind of publicity, kind of party, which the SP is. Very unlike the BJP, which can
But see,
quickly adapt.
BJP is also adapted so well. I mean, imagine
Yeah.
the Home Minister is going door to door. The
Yeah.
BJP president going door to door. I mean, it's like, how often do you see the country's Home Minister actually going door to door? You send out a very, very strong, powerful message. Like, oh, we've hit the street. We're not an armchair kind of a political party.
Yeah.
And we're
So
talking at a timeline where possibly the Election Commission has already announced, officially going to announce actually, some more relaxation in those rallies.
yeah, exactly. So I think BJP is more adaptable to it, and BJP also has the wherewithal. They have the entire paraphernalia, with them to do this digital campaign, which they're now showing to other parties. I don't know how far that will go in the eventual result, because ultimately it's a voter connect with the party,
Yeah.
and campaign has a limited role. But we don't know what how. So we'll end with a postscript here on what I found during UP. I found some 2 3 interesting seats. I just wanted thought, so when you go to the field, you find very interesting characters. If you go to the prominent seats, Pallavi. So I went to Aligarh yesterday. So Aligarh city, you imagine every BJP candidate would be dying to put the Prime Minister's photo and the Yogi Ratna's photo along with them in a big way. In Aligarh, the candidate has only her husband's photo with her, a big
Oh.
photo, because this is Mukta Raja, who's contesting her first election. She's a housewife, and her husband is the sitting MLA who didn't get the ticket from BJP because he got convicted for 2 years in a case. So she's contesting the case, and she's put her husband's picture big on the poster. She calls herself also Mrs. Mukta Raja
She also
Sanjeev. Yeah.
captured that particular vote bank
So,
which he
so this is,
enjoyed.
find some interesting characters. We went to Baha, which is a royal constituency, and we had the Queen contesting from there, whose husband used to be a six-time MLA from the same seat, but BJP chose the woman the Rani for the ticket the last time. So these kind of quirky, interesting characters come up in elections, and I'm sure we'll find many in Punjab
I mean,
when we go.
Punjab is going to be full of it. It's going to be fun also. But that's the thing, because from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to be here tomorrow because tomorrow's budget.
Ah,
Raman set sails from tomorrow. I'm on a tractor chalega from day after. So we guys will keep on giving you lots of stories on Punjab. But do keep watching us. We've
yes,
been filing stories. I will start filing stories once I hit the trail in Punjab. And do give us your reactions. Thank you so much for watching. And Power Circle is now going to be all about elections essentially and the gupchup. And the
Yeah,
next
from
bit,
next power second, Pallavi is also going to speak a bit in Punjabi. I'm
yeah,
gonna
that
refresh the
Punjabi. See,
Punjabi.
a monkey took away his chashma, so
Yeah,
now he's challenging me, guys.
yeah, that happened in Banke Bihari Temple. I later realized it happens with everybody, so it's okay.
You have to give a fruity, na, to get a chashma
Yeah, yeah.
back.
So the monkey takes away your spectacles if you're wearing them, the glasses if you're wearing them there, and then he goes and sits on the top of a building, and he waits. So the
Oh,
locals tell you it's ko fruity thank. So you buy it, and you have to only buy a yellow fruity. Okay, it doesn't recognize any other soft drink. So you have to
amazing.
buy a yellow fruity and throw at him. He will drink the fruity, and then he'll drop your spectacles
Oh,
from there. You can catch it.
okay,
So
so that's all that we get to get from the field when we go out reporting. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And Aman and I are going to be back again next week from Punjab.
yes, thank you so much.